Good morning. Last class we have taken cantilever problems. In the case of cantilever, at the fixed support, always there are two reactions and a moment. And as the horizontal force component will not create any shear force and bending moment, and we are not considering for all considerations and to draw shear force and bending moment diagram, and simply we consider vertical reaction component at the fixed end and proceed. Vertical reaction at the support is equal to total load acting on the beam. After calculating vertical reaction at the fixed support, we can draw the shear force diagram. Then to calculate bending moment diagram, for simplicity we proceed from the free end by considering the origin as the free end, and we proceed in the direction of towards the fixed end. Here we consider all the forces towards the free end irrespective of the number of points, salient points which we come across up to the fixed end. And when we come to the fixed end, after calculating bending moment at the fixed end, finally we calculate the bending moment at the fixed end by considering the fixed end moment. So moment due to the force acting on the cantilever, generally creating, if it is the fixed end is to the left hand side, generally creating a clockwise moment, and fixed end moment it is anti-clockwise direction. So clockwise moment and anti-clockwise moments get cancelled, and hence the bending moment at a fixed end will be 0 in the end. So by using this concept, we can draw the bending moment diagram and complete the problem. Now let us consider another typical case for a cantilever beam. Draw SFD and BMD for a cantilever beam of span L subjected to UDL throughout. So this is the given problem. Now let us draw loading diagram for this condition. Consider a cantilever fixed at one end and free at the other end. Let this cantilever beam subjected to uniformly distributed load of W per meter length. In the case of UDL, it's another criteria to be considered is, unless specified the length of the UDL, simply we consider the given UDL is acting throughout the length of the beam, whether it may be a cantilever beam or it is a simply supported beam. If it is specified for a particular span, we consider as it is. If not, we consider by assuming the fact that the given UDL is acting throughout the length of the beam. Let the length of this cantilever beam is say L. Now after drawing loading diagram, next thing is you have to calculate the vertical reaction at the fixed support. Vertical reaction at the fixed support let us designate fixed support as A and free end as B. That is, reaction at A is equal to load acting on the beam. The intensity of load is UDL is W per meter length, that is equal to W into L. This is the vertical reaction at A. Let us mark this reaction at A. or A is equal to W into L. Now we can draw the shear force diagram. For this case, draw reference line, go up by WL in the vertical direction. Next, between A and B, there is UDL. We know the variation of shear force diagram for uniformly distributed load. It is a linear line. The point load of this UDL is W into L. We had gone up by WL. We have to come down linearly by WL. If you come down linearly by WL over length of span L, it's a linear line or inclined line. Join with the reference line. This is our shear force diagram, SFD. So shear force at A, comma, FA is equal to W into L and FB is equal to 0. Let us calculate bending moment. Bending moment. Now to calculate bending moment, let us consider proceed from free end. Bending moment at B, comma, MB, by considering forces to the right hand side, hence here no forces, no bending moment, 0. Next it is bending moment at A, MA, again by considering forces towards the free end. There is UDL. Convert UDL to a point load, and this point load will create the clockwise moment. To the right side, consider it is clockwise, as this clockwise moment will lift the beam in the upward direction, hogging bending moment. Minus W into L into L by 2. W into L is the point load and it is acting at the mid span. Solving this, you will get it is W minus W L square by 2. And at the same point, if you consider fixed end moment here, so it will be 0. Next, we can comfortably draw the bending moment diagram. Bending moment at point B 0 and bending moment at point A, it is WL square by 2 and another value is 0. So we know bending moment diagram for a uniform distributed load, it is a parabola. So we can see the parabolic variation between A and B, and finally join with the reference line, it is a negative value. Bending moment diagram. So like this you can draw a shear force diagram and bending moment diagram for a uniformly distributed load. Let us consider another typical case for this same cantilever. Draw SFD and BMD for a cantilever beam of span L subjected to point load W at its free end. Consider another cantilever. Let this length of the cantilever be L. It is subjected to a point load of magnitude W at its free end. Now, vertical reaction at the fixed end, let us designate salient points as A and B. Solution. vertical reaction at fixed end, comma, RA is equal to, W is acting at the free end, so only that W to be considered W. So RA is equal to W. After calculating reaction at A, we can draw the shear force diagram. Draw reference line. Go up in the vertical direction as it is a vertical load. Then between A and B, no load, the variation of shear force diagram is horizontal line. At point B, there is a vertical load of W acting in the downward direction, come down, join with the reference line, it is positive shear force diagram. Shear force at A, comma, FA is equal to W, then FB is equal to W. Of course, another value is 0. Next, bending moment. Now consider the forces from free end. Bending moment at B, comma, MB by considering forces to the right hand side, no forces, no bending moment, 0. Next, bending moment at A, MA again by considering to the right hand side, and this W will create the clockwise moment to the right side of the point. Consider negative is the clockwise is negative minus W into L. So another value, if you consider fixed head moment at point A, it will be 0. Now let us draw the bending moment diagram. Bending moment at B 0, then bending moment at A, WL minus WL, and another values 0. So bending moment diagram for no loading condition, it is a linear line. Draw the diagram by means of a linear line. So join with the reference line negative. This is BMD. So easy. Problems on cantilever beams are easy. It is if you understand the concept, even if you want to do, you cannot do mistake. So let us take another type of problem. Here, so far we have come across the loading diagram. By using loading diagram, after analyzing the load acting on the beam, we could able to calculate support reaction, then shear force and bending moment. Finally, we used to draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. The beam may be a simply supported beam, may be a overhanging beam, single overhanging beam, double overhanging beam. It may be a cantilever beam. So for all these cases, we can able to find out the maximum bending moment and the point of maximum bending moment. Also, we can able to find out or locate the location where the shear force diagram changing its sign from positive to negative or negative to positive. Also, we can able to find out the location of the change point of bending moments. That change point of bending moment from positive to negative or negative to positive we designated as point of counterflexure. By using the same concept, and also suppose if they give the problem in a descriptive manner in sentences, we can able to draw the loading diagram. So with this concept, let us take another type of problem. Here they give shear force diagram, or we come across shear force diagram. Knowing the variation of shear force diagram for various loading condition, we have to draw the loading diagram. By using loading diagram, we have to draw the bending moment diagram. Now let us consider that such type of one numerical example. Figure shows SFD for a beam which rests on two supports. For this, it is asked to draw the loading diagram. And BMD from shear force diagram. Giving the salient points. The shear force diagram is like this. .5 kilonewton at the left hand side. Then there is a linear line. This is 3.5 kilonewton. And again there is a downward vertical line. So below reference line 2 kilonewton. Then there is a linear variation 8 kilonewton. Again there is a vertical line, go up and cross the reference line 2 kilonewton, and horizontal line again vertical line. At the free end also it is 2 kilonewton. The spans are given. Two meter, 3 meters, make it proportionate. Then the last span is again 2 meter. Of course, the salient points are also given A, B, C, D. So you can see the completed shear force diagram. Above reference line positive, negative, positive. This is the given shear force diagram. From this we have to draw the loading diagram and then the bending moment diagram. Let us produce the salient points. Now recall the memory of the variation of shear force diagram for various loading condition. We know that the shear force diagram is vertical line for a point load. The point load may be acting in the downward direction or it may be acting in the upward direction. From the reference line there is a vertical line here that indicates a point load. Again between A and B you can see an inclined line. So this inclined line indicates there must be uniformly distributed load, linear line, and again from at point B there is a sudden vertical line that indicates another point load. Between B and C again there is a linear line, this indicates a uniformly distributed load. At point C there is again a vertical line, a point load. Between C and D the horizontal line shows some no loading condition. At point D there is a vertical line, a vertical load. So based on this we can decide the support points, given that the beam is supported at 2 points which is rests on 2 supports. Usually beams are subjected to downward loads. For those downward loads reactions are acting in the upward directions. So here at point A there is a vertical line, means this may be a support reaction. See 1 by 1, this may be a support reaction. Then here from here to here it is there is uniformly distributed load. You can see here there is a downward movement, a point load. Between B and C there is again downward linear variation, uniformly distributed load. Again here at point C there is a vertical line acting in the upward direction. Again this could be another support reaction. Between C and D no load, means the horizontal line means no load. At point D we can see a downward movement, point load. Based on this we can easily say that it is the beam is supported at point A and point C, and it is subjected to uniformly distributed load between A and C and a point load at point D. Now let us calculate this the magnitude of loads of this loading diagram. A vertical or a vertical support reaction or vertical support reaction or an upward support reaction, you can say upward support reaction at A is equal to 9.5 kilonewton. Next, a UDL between A and B is equal to calculate uniformly distributed load. Here the difference in load divided by the span gives us the intensity of UDL. So difference in load is 9.5 minus 3.5, that divided by the span is 2 meter, so it is 3 kilonewton per meter. Next, at point B there is a vertical line, this indicates a point force acting in the downward direction. So a point load at B is equal to, so you have to consider both the numericals here, above reference line and below reference line. So vertical line extends to a magnitude of 3.5 kilonewton above reference line and 2 kilonewton below reference line, means it is 3.5 plus 2, that is equal to 5.5 kilonewton. Next, an UDL between B and C. A UDL between B and C is equal to, again numerical difference, 8 minus 6, consider higher value first, 8 minus 2, 8 minus 2 divided by the span is 3 meter, 8 minus 2 it is 6 divided by it is 2 kilonewton per meter. Next, a support reaction, an upward support reaction at C is equal to, again here below reference line 8 kilonewton, above reference line 2 kilonewton, 8 plus 2 10 kilonewton, that is 10 kilonewton. Lastly, downward point load is equal to 2 kilonewton above reference line. So like this we can calculate, and even this can be mentioned after drawing the loading diagram. Just by observing the shear force diagram, we can draw the loading diagram, draw the reference line, mark the support reaction here. Support reaction is 9.5 kilonewton. Let us designate it as RA, 9.5 kilonewton. Between A and B there is UDL. This is 3 kilonewton per meter, and there is a point load acting in the downward direction, 3.5 plus 2, it is 5.5, mark here 5.5 kilonewton, and again UDL is there between B and C of intensity 2 kilonewton per meter. At point C, support reaction of 10 kilonewton. This is RC, 10 kilonewton, and lastly a point load, downward point load acting at the point C, D, it is 2 kilonewton. So mention the spans: 2 meter, 3 meters, last one it is 2 meter. A, B, C, D. This is our loading diagram. So this calculation is our reference. Even without this calculation also we can directly draw the loading diagram. It's up no problem. Even if it is written also no problem, it is explanatory. Now we have already solved numerical problems even tougher than this problem. Now we can calculate the bending moments at various salient points. Next, bending moment at A, MA by considering forces to the left hand side, no forces, no bending moment. Next, bending moment at point B, MB by considering again to the left hand side. A support reaction will create clockwise moment about point B and UDL creating the anti-clockwise moment. 9.5 into 2 minus 3 into 2 into 2 by 2, point load and its distance, that is equal to 13 kilonewton meter. Next, we can calculate bending moment at point C. bending moment at point C, MC, here it is convenient to consider forces acting to the right hand side, because if you consider forces to the left hand side, reaction, UDL, point load, then another support reaction. Instead, if you consider to the right hand side, there is only one the point load acting in the downward direction. Of course, this reaction will not create any moment at point C. So, MC again by considering forces to the right hand side, 2 kilonewton will create a clockwise moment, to the right side clockwise negative, minus 2 into 2, that is equal to minus 4 kilonewton meter. Lastly, bending moment at point D by considering to the right hand side 0. Now we can draw the bending moment diagram. Let us draw the reference line. Bending moment at point A 0, bending moment at point B it is 13 kilonewton meter, 13 kilonewton meter. Then bending moment at point C minus 4, it is below reference line. Lastly, bending moment at point D 0. So draw the bending moment diagram. Between A and B there is a uniformly distributed load, variation is a parabola. Again between B and C also there is uniformly distributed load. Here also it is the variation is parabola. C and D no load, variation will be a linear line. Shear force bending moment diagram changed its sign at an unknown point. Let us designate this point as say E. Let this E act at a distance of x from right support. Mark here in the loading diagram, mark here also the x. So, E is the point of contrafluxure. Next, to locate point of contrafluxure, bending moment at point E 0, consider forces acting to right of E, right expression, and equate it to 0, you will get x value. Bending moment at E, comma, ME by considering forces to right hand side 0, that is, let us just refer this loading diagram. To right hand side support reaction RC will create a anti-clockwise moment, it is positive. Both UDL and point loads creating a clockwise moment negative. Let us consider first UDL minus 2 into x into x by 2 plus 10 into x 2, intensity of UDL is 2 kilonewton per minute, 2 into x by 2 its center, then 10 into x, support reaction will create anti-clockwise moment to the right side, anti-clockwise positive. Lastly, this point load 2 kilonewton will create clockwise moment, it will negative, it is x plus 2, that is equal to 0. So here it is minus x square plus 10x minus 2x minus 2, that is equal to 0. Solving, sorry, minus 4. Solving we get x is equal to 0.53. If they give SFD shear force diagram, we can comfortably draw the loading diagram. Then after drawing loading diagram, you can calculate bending moments, you can complete the bending moment diagram. So with this we can conclude this class.